dive into today's episode, I just want to remind you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us. It helps us grow, reach more amazing learners like you, and keep bringing you fresh and fun content every week. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and let's keep this journey going strong. Hello, wonderful language explorers, and a warm welcome back to another episode of Idiom Insights. I'm Emma, your dedicated guide, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be diving into the fascinating world of English idioms with you all again today. There's just something magical about these phrases, isn't there?
And I'm Jack, your friendly co-pilot on this linguistic adventure, armed with a dictionary and a terrible sense of humor. Always ready to uncover the hidden meanings and perhaps make a wordplay detour or two. It's great to be back, Emma, and fantastic to connect with everyone listening right now.
It's always a lively journey with you, Jack. Today's episode promises to be particularly insightful because we've selected 4 idioms that you really will encounter quite frequently in everyday conversations. Understanding them won't just help you know more words, but really help you understand native speakers better and sound more natural yourself.
Absolutely. And we're excited to reveal which ones we'll be exploring today. For this episode of Idiom Insights, we are going to unpack these 4 intriguing phrases.
First up, a rather curious question. Cat got your tongue.
Then, an idiom that talks about doing things completely, the whole 9 yards.
Following that, a classic piece of wisdom about patience and victory. He who laughs last laughs loudest.
And finally, an expression for when your energy or momentum gives out, run out of steam.
They all paint such vivid pictures, don't they? Each one tells a little mini story and gives us a unique way to express ourselves in English. We can't wait to break them down for you.
We truly hope you're ready to add these to your active vocabulary. And before we jump headfirst into our first idiom, just a quick, heartfelt request from us here at Idiom Insights. If you find these episodes helpful, if you're enjoying learning about these quirky phrases, please take a moment right now to subscribe or follow our podcast on your preferred platform. It really helps us grow and reach more people who want to learn just like you.
It makes a huge difference, honestly. And if you could also give us a like or a positive rating, that would be absolutely brilliant. It tells the platforms that people enjoy what we're doing, and they show it to more learners. Your support fuels our own steam, you could say. Oh, a little preview of an idiom to come, perhaps, Jack? Very clever.
Maybe. Or maybe I just couldn't resist. Right then, Emma, shall we unveil our first fascinating idiom of the day?
Let's do it! Kicking off this episode of Idiom Insights, our first expression is, cat got your tongue?
Cat got your tongue? This one always makes me pause for a second. It conjures up a rather strange image, doesn't it? A cat and a tongue. But of course, it's not literal at all. What's the actual meaning behind this curious question, Emma?
Well, as you rightly said, it's definitely not literal. You ask someone, cat got your tongue? When they are being unusually quiet. It's a way of asking, why aren't you speaking? Why are you so silent? You use it when you expect someone to say something, perhaps they're normally talkative, or you've asked them a question, and they just say nothing.
Ah, I see. So it's used specifically for unexpected silence. Not just someone who is naturally quiet, but someone who in a particular situation is being unusually withdrawn or silent, and you're wondering why. Like when someone is normally the life of the party, but tonight they're just sitting in a corner looking glum and not saying a word. You might go over and say, hey, you're awfully quiet tonight. Everything okay? Cat got your tongue?
Exactly. That's a perfect scenario. Or maybe you've asked someone a direct question, like about something they did, or how they feel about something, and instead of answering, they just look away or shrug. That long, empty silence can be prompted with this question. It's often used with a slightly curious or even gentle tone, not usually in an aggressive way. You're just trying to get them to open up and talk.
It feels a bit teasing sometimes too, right? Like you're playfully calling them out on their silence. Come on, speak up. What's the reason for this quietness? It's a very common phrase, especially when talking to children or close friends.
It is. It implies you're a bit surprised or intrigued by their lack of speech. It's a way to break the ice and encourage them to share whatever is making them quiet. It's a lovely little idiom that really captures that specific moment of unexpected silence.
Okay, so cat got your tongue means why are you silent? Or please speak. It's used when someone is unusually quiet. particularly when you expect them to speak. Shall we hear it in action in a short dialogue?
Let's do that. I think Mia and Mark might have a situation where one of them is being uncharacteristically quiet. Let's listen into their conversation.
Hey Mark, how was your meeting with the project manager this morning? I saw you went in looking a bit nervous.
Oh, hi Mia. It was fine. Just a standard catch-up.
Fine? Mark, that's all you're saying? You usually come out and tell me everything that happened, whether it was good or bad. You're being really quiet about it this time. Honestly, cat got your tongue? What's going on?
Okay. Maybe a little bit. It wasn't exactly bad, but I did get some feedback I wasn't expecting, and I'm just trying to process it. It's left me a bit speechless for a change.
Ah, I understand. Well, whenever you're ready to talk more about it, you know I'm here to listen. Don't let it keep you quiet all day.
See how Mia used it there? Mark's reaction was definitely not his usual chatty self after a meeting, so his silence prompted Mia to ask that very direct but also slightly playful question.
Exactly. Mark's response, maybe a little bit, also shows that he understood the idiom perfectly. He was unusually quiet because something was on his mind, making him hesitate to talk freely. It clearly communicated his unusual state of being.
It's such a great way to gently probe someone when they're holding back, not demanding they speak, but inviting them to.
Right. It opens the door for them to explain why they are quiet, as Mark did. So, next time you notice someone is surprisingly silent and you want to encourage them to talk, you've got the perfect phrase.
And speaking of perfect phrases, we'd absolutely love to see your examples of how you might use "cat got your tongue" in a sentence or a situation. Share them in the comments section below this episode. Your examples help everyone learn.
They really do. All right, Jack. Ready to move on to our second interesting idiom here on Idiom Insights?
More than ready, Emma. Let's unravel the mystery of our next expression, the second one for this episode of Idiom Insights.
Wonderful. Our second idiom today is the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. This one always makes me picture something being meticulously measured out, maybe for sewing or building. It feels like it implies thoroughness, but 9 yards? Why 9? Does the number matter?
That's a great observation, Jack. The number 9 in this case doesn't have a specific literal meaning that you need to worry about today. While there are many interesting theories about the origin, maybe it was the amount of fabric for a fancy wedding dress, or the length of a machine gun belt in an old airplane, or the size of a concrete mixer. None of them are definitively proven, and the important thing is the meaning. The whole 9 yards means everything. It means you include every possible thing, every detail, every component.
So it's about completeness, totality. You don't leave anything out. You do it to the maximum extent. If you're organizing a surprise birthday party and you decide to go the whole 9 yards, you're not just getting a cake. You're sending fancy invitations, decorating the house elaborately, hiring a caterer, booking a live band, arranging for a photographer, absolutely everything you can think of to make it huge and memorable.
Exactly. You are doing it completely, including all the usual elements and perhaps some extra special ones too. It really emphasizes the idea of full effort and full inclusion. It can be used when talking about preparing for an event, completing a task, buying something with all the features, or describing a comprehensive effort.
It definitely implies a lack of compromise or cutting corners. If you buy a new car and get the whole 9 yards, you're getting the basic car plus all the optional extras. The fancy navigation system, the sunroof, the upgraded sound system, the special paint color, everything available.
That's a perfect example. It's about getting or doing the complete set. It's very commonly used in casual conversation when people are describing something extensive or an effort that involved everything possible. You hear it all the time.
So, if my wife asks if I packed enough clothes for our trip, and I say, "Oh yeah, I packed the whole 9 yards," she should expect me to have packed everything I own?
Well, maybe not everything you own, but definitely every kind of clothing you might possibly need for the trip. From swimming gear to formal wear, just in case. It implies you were incredibly thorough and included everything you could think of.
Got it. The whole 9 yards means everything, all of it, completely. It's about going all out or including every possible element. Ready to hear Mia and Mark demonstrate this idiom for us?
Absolutely. Let's listen into their conversation and see how they use the whole 9 yards. Perhaps they are discussing plans for something important.
Okay, so the company picnic is next month. Are we just doing the usual burgers and maybe some potato salad? Keeping it simple?
You know, I was thinking this year, especially after how hard everyone's worked, we should really go the whole 9 yards with the picnic planning. Make it something special for everyone.
Oh, really? The whole 9 yards? What does that look like for a company picnic? What kind of elaborate plans are you picturing?
Well, instead of just burgers, we could have a full barbecue spread, chicken, ribs, corn on the cob, plus a variety of gourmet salads, maybe even a dessert table with cakes and pies, and entertainment. Bouncy castles for the kids, some lawn games for the adults, and definitely a good DJ for music the whole afternoon.
Wow, okay. That definitely sounds like the whole 9 yards compared to last year. It would certainly be a huge morale booster for the team. I like it.
Exactly. Let's make it an event to remember that everyone will talk about positively.
What a great illustration! Mia wasn't just suggesting a basic picnic. She described a comprehensive event, including every kind of food and entertainment they could add, truly going the whole 9 yards.
And Mark immediately understood the scale of her idea just from that one phrase. It shows how effective and clear this idiom is for communicating the idea of doing something completely or extensively.
It truly does. It's a fantastic shortcut to say everything in a more descriptive and emphatic way.
So, whether you're describing a lavish party, a fully featured product, or a comprehensive plan, the whole 9 yards is your idiom.
And we'd love to read about something you plan to do the whole 9 yards for. Share your ideas and example sentences in the comments section below. We always enjoy hearing from you.
All right, ready for our third intriguing idiom in this episode of Idiom Insights? This one has a slightly philosophical feel to it, a bit of a proverb.
It certainly does. Our third idiom for today is, he who laughs last laughs loudest.
He who laughs last laughs loudest. This sounds like it's about waiting, doesn't it? And perhaps about proving someone wrong? What's the core message here, Emma?
You're spot on, Jack. The core message is that the person who achieves success or is proven right in the end after a period of difficulty, doubt, or competition experiences the greatest satisfaction or triumph. It implies that celebrating too early or underestimating others might lead to disappointment later. The final outcome is what truly provides the deepest and most lasting enjoyment.
So if someone is facing challenges, or people are doubting them, or perhaps a competitor is doing better at the start, this idiom suggests that if that person eventually succeeds against the odds, their victory will feel incredibly satisfying. They get the final, loudest laugh.
Exactly. Imagine a situation where someone is learning a new skill and they struggle initially, maybe even face some ridicule or people telling them they aren't good enough. But they keep practicing, they keep working hard, and eventually they master the skill and achieve something significant with it. That person is the one who laughs last, and their achievement feels all the sweeter because of the earlier struggle or doubt. Their laughter of triumph is the loudest.
It's often used in contexts of competition or rivalry, isn't it? Like two businesses competing. One has early success, maybe makes fun of the slower, newer company. But the newer company has a long-term plan, works diligently, and eventually overtakes the first company or becomes much more successful. The second company laughs loudest at the end.
Or in a personal goal, like writing a book. You might face rejections or people saying it's too hard. But if you finally get it published and it becomes successful, your satisfaction is immense. You might think, well, he who laughs last laughs loudest. About anyone who doubted you along the way. It's a quiet, internal triumph that feels very loud to you.
It really highlights the value of perseverance and patience. Don't be discouraged by early difficulties or premature judgment from others. Focus on the final goal, because achieving that goal after a struggle brings the greatest sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. The sound of that final, hard-earned laugh or feeling of triumph is much more resonant.
It does. It's a wonderful idiom for reminding us that the race isn't always won by the fastest starter. The finish line is what matters, and the joy of crossing it after a challenging journey is profound.
Right. He who laughs last laughs loudest means that the ultimate success is the most satisfying, particularly when it comes after difficulty, doubt, or initial setbacks. Let's hear how Mia and Mark use this classic saying. Perhaps they are reflecting on a past experience.
Let's listen in.
Wow, Mark, I was just thinking about your first year trying to get your app development business off the ground. Remember how tough it was? You barely had any clients. You were working from your kitchen table.
Oh, I remember it vividly, Mia. It felt like I was hitting my head against a brick wall trying to get anyone interested. And remember that old college friend, Dave? He was practically laughing at me back then, saying I was crazy to leave my stable job, that it was a complete waste of time and I should just get a regular job.
Oh, Dave. Yes, I remember him being quite dismissive. Well, look at you now. Your business is absolutely thriving. You have a whole team working for you in a real office, and your latest app is #1 in its category around the world. I guess.
He who laughs last laughs loudest. You got it. It felt incredibly satisfying to prove that it was worth the struggle and the risk, and that I could actually build something successful. That success means so much more because of how hard it was at the beginning and the doubts people had.
It really does. You definitely earned the loudest laugh in the end, Mark. That's inspiring.
What a great natural way to use that idiom. Mark's initial struggle and the friend's doubt provided the perfect context for the idiom to explain the immense satisfaction of his eventual success. He didn't just say it, he explained why it applied to his situation.
Absolutely. It shows that the idiom isn't just about competition, but about overcoming challenges and proving the doubters wrong, whether those doubters are others or even your own fears. The final success truly rings loudest because it's been earned.
It's a powerful reminder to keep going, isn't it? The payoff at the end can be the most rewarding part of the journey.
Indeed. So, if you've ever overcome a challenge or proved someone wrong through your eventual success, think, he who laughs last, laughs loudest.
And we'd love to hear about a time in your life where this idiom felt particularly true. Share your stories and thoughts in the comments section.
Wonderful idea, Jack. Now, we've arrived at our fourth and final idiom for this episode of Idiom Insights. Let's talk about running out of something important.
Our final idiom for today is run out of steam.
Run out of steam. As you hinted at earlier, Jack, this one does conjure up the image of an old steam-powered machine slowing down and stopping because its fuel source is depleted. But of course, we use it to describe people or projects, don't we? What exactly does it mean when a person or a project runs out of steam?
Exactly. It means you lose energy, you lose enthusiasm, or you lose momentum. It's that feeling when you've been working on something or doing something physical for a period of time, and you just start to feel tired, less motivated, and unable to continue with the same intensity or effectiveness. Your power source, whether it's physical strength or mental focus, is depleted, like the steam running out of the engine.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's often used when you've been working hard or concentrating intensely for a significant period. Like if you're studying for a big exam for many hours straight, eventually your brain gets tired, you can't absorb any more information, and your focus disappears. You've run out of steam. You need a break to recharge that internal engine.
Or in a longer-term project. Maybe a new business idea starts with a lot of energy and excitement. Everyone is working late, things are moving fast, but after a few months, the initial enthusiasm fades, progress slows down, and people aren't as motivated anymore. You could say the project has run out of steam. It needs something to re-energize it, like new ideas or a different approach.
Yes, it implies a loss of that initial drive or momentum that was propelling you forward. It's a very common feeling when you've been putting a lot of effort into something. Your ability to continue performing at a high level diminishes. You just don't have the power to keep going at the same speed.
It really captures that sense of depletion, doesn't it? Whether you're exercising and your legs feel like jelly, or you're writing and you can't think of the next sentence, or you're working on a task and your brain just feels tired and slow. You've run out of steam and you need to stop and recharge.
Absolutely. It's a great idiom for explaining why you need a rest or why progress on something has slowed down. It's instantly understandable because the image of the steam engine is so clear.
So, run out of steam means to lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum, to become too tired or unmotivated to continue effectively. Shall we listen to Mia and Mark use this in one of their chats?
Let's do it. I imagine they might be talking about a long day at work or a challenging task that's taking its toll.
Hey Mark, are you still here working on that big quarterly report? It's already after 6, and I thought you were planning to finish it by lunchtime today. You look a bit exhausted.
I know, Mia. I really wanted to finish it. I made really excellent progress this morning, got most of the heavy data analysis done, and drafted several sections. But honestly, since about 2 o'clock this afternoon, I feel like I've just completely run out of steam.
Oh no, that happens all the time with big tasks like that. What does it feel like? Are you just physically tired, or is it hard to focus and think clearly?
Both, really. My eyes feel heavy, and I keep rereading sentences without understanding them at all. I'm making silly little mistakes, and my brain just feels slow and completely saturated. I think my brain has just had enough for the day. The engine has stopped running. I probably need to step away from the computer, maybe grab some fresh air or go for a short walk, and come back to it tomorrow morning with a clear head to finish those last few pages.
That sounds like a very smart plan, Mark. Pushing through when you've run out of steam can sometimes just lead to frustration and errors anyway. It's better to take a break and come back fresh. Get some rest.
That dialogue perfectly shows the feeling of running out of steam, doesn't it? Mark described the physical and mental tiredness and the loss of focus that comes with it, explaining precisely why he had to stop, despite wanting to finish.
And Mia's reaction shows that it's a very common and understandable experience. It's not failure, it's just reaching your limit of energy or concentration for that period. It's acknowledging that your resources are depleted.
Exactly. Using run out of steam is a clear and vivid way to explain that feeling of depletion and the need to stop or slow down.
So next time you're feeling exhausted or losing momentum on a task, you can tell someone you've run out of steam. It's a very natural way to express that.
And we'd be genuinely interested to hear about a time you recently ran out of steam. What were you doing? How did it feel? Share your stories in the comments below this episode.
We are always keen to hear from our listeners. Well, Jack, that brings us to the end of our idiom exploration for today.
It does. We've covered 4 fantastic idioms today on Idiom Insights. Just to recap, in this episode of Idiom Insights, we learned
Cat got your tongue, used when someone is unusually quiet and you want them to speak.
the whole 9 yards, meaning everything, completely, including all parts or details.
He who laughs last, laughs loudest. About the powerful satisfaction of final success after initial difficulties or doubts.
And run out of steam, meaning to lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum and need a break.
4 great additions to your English vocabulary that we hope you feel much more confident using now. Remember, the best way to make them stick is to try and use them yourself when you have the chance. Find opportunities to include them in your conversations or writing.
Absolutely. Start small. Maybe write some example sentences or think about situations where you could use them. Practice makes perfect.
And if you had fun learning with us today, and we really hope you did, please consider giving us a like and a positive review wherever you're listening. It truly helps boost our little podcast and helps other learners find us.
And of course, if you want to keep expanding your English vocabulary and understanding these fascinating phrases, make sure you're subscribed to Idiom Insights so you don't miss any future episodes.
Thank you all so much for joining us and for being such wonderful listeners. We truly appreciate you spending your time with us today.
It's been a blast, as always. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep exploring the wonderful world of English idioms.
Until next time, goodbye from Idiom Insights.
See ya.